Hey guys, this is Lucid. I just set up a Patreon page, and this was something that some of you have been asking me to do for a long time, but I haven't really gotten around to doing it. I didn't really know necessarily why I would. This is something I do for fun. I'm not trying to make a living off of it. Obviously you can't make a living off of 2,000 subscribers, but it's fun. I really love doing this. It's a journey for me that started about a year and a half ago when I just wanted to put up some videos for Dominions because it was a game I really love. The depth and the strategy and how you think about all of it, it's amazing. There's no game like it. And some of the people who had been putting up videos before, like Sai and Nuclear Monkey, I really loved their content, and it really challenged me to think about the game differently and play better. And then as I got more and more involved in the multiplayer scene, I just really felt the need to share it with people. It's been fun. I've really enjoyed it. Some of you who subscribed at the beginning, you've been on this journey with me for almost the whole year and a half. And while at the time I thought I knew a thing or two about Dominions, I really didn't. Dominions is a game that doesn't have a super steep learning curve, but it has a very long learning curve. And I still learn things almost every day. Those of you who've joined at the beginning, you've gotten to see that full progression, and it's going to continue. I don't have any signs that I'm near the end. A lot of times people will join games and I'll see things I've just never seen before. So I'm not trying to do this really to make a living, but I do put a ton of time into these videos. I go back and try to get the audio fine so you guys can understand it well, and it sounds okay, and sometimes I fail at that. But, all the video editing, recording it, I play my turns and then I record it afterwards, so it definitely takes more time. I'm not just recording my turn itself. And sometimes I maybe should do that, but once you're past turn 50 in a game, it's not really practical because every episode would be a turn and each episode would be at least an hour long. I've set this up and I'm going to go through and talk about what we actually can use this for. And Patreon, basically, it's going to give me some ways to just interact with you guys differently and better, I think. So on one hand, you can think of this like buying me a beer. If you really enjoyed the content, you can be kind of the lowest tier, which is Awake, and this is giving me $1 more a month. And this is way more money than watching ads or anything on my videos. If you watch all my videos all year long, $1 a month is going to be way more income than I would ever get from you watching ads. So, pretty sweet. If you can do this. And yeah, it's like giving me a beer out of your fridge every month for some of the videos I produce. That's really what this one's like. The next tier, Titan, this is like buying me a drink at a bar or buying my girlfriend a drink at a bar. And, yeah, we'll go through and talk about the benefits. So, for an Awake, there's a few things that are going to change for new games that are going out. Before, I've been kind of announcing games on Discord, etc. I'm going to be announcing games first in my channel now. And my Patreon supporters are going to be getting first dibs on spots in the games. So, the way it's going to work is, first Patreon supporters are going to get a dib. Pantocrators and Titans are going to get first dibs. So if you're a Titan or a Pantocrator, you get first dibs on spots. After that, it's basically, they have a 1-day window to do it before anybody else can, so they can get in. After that, then, if you're a supporter at all, then you get a shot at it. And then finally, I'm going to announce it to the public if all the spots have it filled up. So that's kind of the plan. And I may invite old friends to games and stuff too who are not Patreons. But this is basically how it's going to go. Now, a lot of my games are for advanced and intermediate, or really for advanced skill level players who've played at least 10 multiplayer games. And some of my games will be like that, so if you're not that level, then you probably, I'm going to ask you not to join those games. But I think I'm going to start doing some, new player-friendly games, which will probably be on bigger maps so we can have more players. And I'm not going to play a powerful nation. I'll probably do some random silly thing for when we have, a big player pool. So anyway, we'll be doing some of those. So that's kind of the first thing with the benefits of Patreon is you get to essentially be on YouTube by playing against me or with me. depending on the time in the game. The other thing is I have a Discord channel, and you get to be part of that Discord channel and to ask questions, etc. In the Patreon section, where I will make sure to, answer any questions you have. The Pantocrator, we've got some, basically, the benefits for being a Pantocrator. So this is a fair amount of money, $30 a month. This is more than just buying me a beer, if we're going out, hanging out, and you're thanking me. That's a fair amount of money, $30 a month. That's as much as some people pay for cable. Or more, yeah. If you're really frugal, this is how much you pay for cable. You'll have the ability to commission videos from me, and there's a few kinds of videos you can do, like a national guide you request. General Confusion already kind of does a lot of those, so I'm not sure how much you guys are going to want me to do that, but I'm happy to do a guide for a nation. If you want to commission one, normally I don't really do it unless I'm going to play a nation, so that's kind of new content that I would be willing to do. And the other main type of video we could do, and this, I haven't seen anybody do it, but I think it would be really fun, is if you're in a game and you're kind of stuck and you want to get my thoughts on how to break out, you can commission me to do a video on it. And how that is going to work is you'll kind of request me to do it if you're a Pantocrator. You'll send me the turn file and then any of the mods you have that go with the game. I'll pull it up, I'll look at it, I'll study it. Once I've studied it and I have some ideas, I'm going to record a video where I basically say these are all the things that I would recommend you do and how you kind of navigate yourself into, having a better shot at winning. I'm going to put that video up on YouTube unlisted so nobody can see it except somebody that you would show it to, because I'm not going to show it to anybody except you. And you get to see it, but it's going to be scheduled to be released to the public in a month. Or we can negotiate the time, but the default time will be a month. If you want it to be like 2 months, that's fine. So then you'll get to see me. Everybody will eventually get to see kind of me break down some game that you're in. And I've kind of done that with a few people. They've sent me games and I've helped them strategize about it, but kind of just for fun. But I think it's fun, and it's something I would like to open up to kind of my community. If that's something you want me to do, I can do it. If you have any other ideas for things that you might want to do, then feel free to mention them in the comments for this video, and I'll consider adding them to one of these tiers. But yeah, I don't really know too much about Patreon or how it all works, but I'm sure I will figure it out over the next month or two. Yeah, so anyway, thank you guys. If you want to find me, I'm going to have a link for this in the description, or you can just search for Lucid Tactics on Patreon. And I think it's pretty easy. I think you just have a login, you click Become a Patreon, and then you can do like a little monthly renewal for $1. And I think if they make it super easy to cancel, if you are tired, or, like if you want to just commission one thing, I think you can be a Pantocrator for a month and then cancel it. I don't know exactly how that works. I assume when you donate, you can do like a one-time donation, which will kick you up to a Pantocrator, but then you don't have to renew it. I haven't done it myself, but we will figure out how it works together. So, anyway, thank you guys, and I will see you next time.